Hi, welcome back. 2021. Today is February 1st. I haven't been on here for a month, and I just wanted to make a little introduction. Hello again. I'm at the beach in the winter, and every season has its beauty. And just meditating on that. I'm going to make a future video about a recent therapy session I had because I figured it might resonate with someone listening. And if I can share information for free and it helps just one other person on this planet love themselves more and maybe put your own little jigsaw puzzle pieces of yourself back together, that's all I need to do. Just a quick thing about where I am. So where I'm standing, actually, technically I'll stand in the spot. So where I'm standing right now is normally where the water meets the seashore. But as you can see, I don't know, I would say that's probably 80 feet of ice shelf. No, I'm not stupid enough to go walk on it. It's not very stable. But it's interesting because when the waves crash up on the shelf, it pushes all these ice pieces up, and so it just has a really interesting sound. Let me be quiet for a moment and maybe you can hear it. And those are the dunes. This is a sand dune state park. Yeah, so some people have predisposition to, let's say, bronchitis. Maybe someone else has a predisposition to gout. I don't know. We all have like our physical stuff. And one of my physical things is a predisposition to depression. And I think there's still shame in having that conversation openly. I think it's slowly getting better, but how many people who actually know what that feels like feel that it's safe or okay to bring it up at, let's say, a restaurant dinner conversation where people start talking about their health, and one person is like, yeah, I went to the doctor today and my blood pressure was high, so I'm watching my salt intake and I'm not eating French fries tonight. And it's just like very matter of fact, like, hey, I have high blood pressure, or yeah, I went in today and I have to start taking medication because I'm pre-diabetic or whatever. And you just say it very matter of factly and you're working on it. I think it makes people feel uncomfortable when you say something like, hey, yeah, I just had like a 3-week really bad depression flu. That's what I like to call it. I call it my depression flu. Because even while I'm in it and I'm experiencing all the symptoms and I'm spiraling down, I know that it's temporary. And even though I know that intellectually, it takes you down, kind of like a flu or a cold, where you just have to take a break and stay in bed. So I'm very grateful to be outside at the beach, and I got through my last little, or I'm getting through, I should say, in present tense, my mental flu, my emotional flu, with amazing support from beautiful friends. Thank you. And I would love to say your names personally, but several of you are PMOs, but thank you. And some therapy Like Jesus said, if you're sick, go to a doctor. So if you're having like a little mental case, go to a mental doctor. And no shame in talking about it. I originally created this channel, Allie's Big Toe. Toe stands for Theory of Everything. Because it was my way of purging the stuff inside during my exit from Jehovah's Witness cult. And honestly, I feel like I have said everything I need to say about that religion, and there are others who just talk about it way better than I do. Watchtower Examination, man, he's like up on the latest all the time. Kim and Mikey, they're up on the latest in the legal stuff. Elaine from JW, is it JW Escape or JW Awake? She's like awesome at going through the latest Kool-Aid batch, the weekly Kool-Aid. That would be a good title for an episode, the weekly Kool-Aid. I don't need to reinvent the wheel, and these other channels do their job superbly. And what I do, like what I feel like I have to offer, is the other stuff that goes on behind the scenes, because I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm pretty much an open book. It's my strength and my weakness. I'm learning when to stay quiet. I got off of Facebook and Instagram. It's only been like 4 days, but that's like a record for me because it was just getting too noisy. I don't think I'm going to be off of it permanently. I don't know. But those are some of the things I want to talk about, parallels, but because I've moved on. This is how I look at it. This is how I think of it. Watchtower is a cult, fact. And in the grand scheme of things, in the world macrocosm verse, it's a tiny, tiny little cult fish in a big, big, big pond. And as I've emerged from out of the belly of that cult fish, I have found myself face to face with bigger fish. And I got into some tangles in the belly of these bigger fish because I'm like, hey, I have something like to these people inside the belly. Basically, I'll just go up to people unfiltered and say, hey, I have kind of a different worldview because I left a religious cult, and it's my observation that this system, whether it's political or social, whatever, corporate, technocracies, it's very culty, I'll say to this person, and it's met with a lot of cognitive dissonance and a big no thank you in not such nice of words. And I'm learning to walk alone with my little nomad group of true friends. If this is making sense, stay tuned for like the next slew of videos I kind of have rolling around in my head, because ultimately, at the end of the day, can you put a price tag on freedom? Is there any greater virtue? No, state than being free? But there is a high cost for some of us, especially when you broadcast the highway to freedom. Specifically now I'm speaking about Jehovah's Witnesses, and we all know the cost of leaving, shunning. But vale la pena, it is worth it. And I just wanted to pop in and say all is well. Life is beautiful in all of its seasons of light and perceived darkness. The sun is always shining. And oh, one more thing. So yesterday, well, one of the things that happens to me when I am in a depressive episode Number one, all I want to do is sleep. I just don't want to get out of bed. The smallest task feels like moving a mountain. And when I was a Jehovah's Witness, that was especially difficult because you're supposed to be a plastic robot, smiley. Let me tell the good news to you when you feel like death. It's very inauthentic. So at least I don't have that extra burden to deal with. But I still sometimes feel guilt that I'm not able to be there for people when I'm in my depression bed, so to speak. But I was feeling better, spiraling up. So I joined a little Bible study group yesterday on Zoom. Brian Pickett's, I'm sure if you subscribe to my channel, you know about his. And I didn't necessarily attend because I wanted to learn something. Although I think it's good to always approach all situations, even if you think you know what it's about, to be open to the possibility of learning something new and deeper. But afterwards, there were these 3 breakout rooms in the Zoom group, and one of them was just specifically for listening to, it was called the listening ear room. And it was great to connect with more people who've recently left Watchtower. It's so exciting. More and more people are leaving. In 2020, they left because I guess COVID kind of gave them that break, you know, the whole Zoom phenomena and not meeting face to face where you're love bombing each other, fake love bombing. And that was really awesome. And so I was thinking of maybe, I'm not committing to it yet, just throwing it out there as an idea. In the comment section, if this is something that you would like me to do, I'm happy to do it. I was thinking a monthly, I'm going to call it Kitten Cafe, because ExJW gatherings are like herding kittens, and that's okay, because who doesn't love a cat cafe? And none of us believe in declawing. So we're like these crazy kittens destroying the furniture. But it's just good to know that you're not alone. And if I can, you know, provide a Zoom kitten cafe for others who have connected with me on this channel, I think that'd be cool, because you'll meet other people who you might want to connect with, and having a buddy is a lifesaver. I just want to repeat one thing that this therapist I met with on Friday, a couple days ago, said to me as far as healing, because I'm very independent and I want to just do things on my own by myself. I don't want to bother other people. And she said to me, we humans, even if you're an introvert, we are social beings and we need each other to heal. So that is one of the most cruel aspects of Watchtower, and what they do to people is they throw them out like garbage, label them words like apostate, mentally diseased, agents of Satan, just curse them with their words in their propaganda literature, and poison those who just want to walk away, weaponize our own families, and just kick us to the curb without a second thought, whether we live or die. Watchtower does not care if you live or die. I can testify to that. Watchtower wants me dead, and they will not win that. And so, yes, having friends, true friends, who are there for you, whether you're feeling social and happy or sad and sleepy, just to know that someone is there to check in on you and say, hey, I know you might not feel like talking today, You're on my heart and mind. You're loved. To like have those people in your life is not only a gift, it's a necessity. And so for anybody listening to this video right now, we're 15 minutes in, if you're newly out or you're contemplating like finally pulling the plug, so to speak, on this culty non-life support system, but you don't have that support system in place, or you're trying to get one in place, you might meet a buddy in a Zoom group. So I will keep you posted on that, and I'm going to continue to enjoy the view. Yes, it is very cold. And Cindy, if you're watching, it's so good that we jumped in the lake when we did, because there's no way we would be able to do it now because there's this huge ice shelf. So I'm not going to be jumping in the lake anytime soon. All right. I love you guys. Be well. Take care of yourself. It's not selfish. Self-care. The basics. And pace yourself. Healing is a roller coaster ride, and that's okay. Bye for now.